Have you ever paused to notice the life teeming in the soil beneath your feet, or felt the hush of twilight broken only by a faint, fleeting shadow overhead? All around us, creatures move through the world with vital purpose, yet many go unseen, their wisdom lost on anyone too busy looking only for the grand and the obvious. In our search for inspiration, we often overlook these humble teachers who carry the secrets of resilience, renewal, and inner guidance. Today, let us turn our gaze downward to the earthworm burrowing in the garden, forward to the dung beetle rolling its precious cargo beneath the moonlight, and upward to the bat that dances through the night with uncanny precision. In their quiet labors and secret flights, we will discover lessons that resonate deeply with our own lives, offering pathways to patience, transformation, and trusting the unseen currents of our inner world. Earthworms, cultivators of patience and growth. Imagine kneeling in a garden at dawn, the air fresh with dew and possibility. As you gently turn the soil, you might spot a glistening earthworm curling through the dirt, its body leaving a network of tunnels that breathe life into the ground. To the untrained eye, it is merely a wriggling creature, but to the garden, the earthworm is a silent cultivator, tirelessly transforming decay into fertile ground. Earthworms practice patient growth. With every inch they burrow, they break down fallen leaves and plant matter, converting waste into rich humus that feeds seeds and seedlings alike. They do not rush, they simply persist, day after day, creating a living foundation for everything above. Their work goes largely unnoticed, out of sight beneath our feet. Yet without them, the soil would stifle and life would struggle to take root. In our own lives, we often crave immediate progress and visible results, neglecting the quiet processes of growth that happen beneath the surface. We measure success by what others can see, promotions, accolades, completed projects, while ignoring the soft work of self-reflection, learning from failure, and nurturing our inner strengths. The earthworm reminds us that true growth takes time, that we must tend our inner soil with patience and trust that each small, unseen effort lays the groundwork for future flourishing. The next time you feel impatient for change, imagine yourself as an earthworm in your own garden, digging through challenges, transforming setbacks into nourishment, and trusting that your persistent, gentle work will one day bloom into something beautiful. Dung beetles, champions of transformation. As dusk settles over the savanna, the dung beetle emerges from the shadows, drawn to a mound left by a passing herbivore. What some might dismiss as filth becomes for the beetle a treasure chest, a source of nourishment and a place to lay its eggs. Rolling a round ball of dung twice its size, the beetle navigates with compass-like precision, transporting the sphere to a hidden burrow where it will nurture the next generation. Dung beetles embody radical resourcefulness. They take what others reject, transform it into sustenance and safety, and in doing so, recycle nutrients that sustain the ecosystem. Their journey is rarely straightforward. Predators lurk, the terrain is rough, and the wind can topple their precious cargo. But they persist, pushing forward with unwavering determination. In our own lives, we often discard the waste of our experiences, our mistakes, our regrets, our painful memories, as things to bury or ignore. Yet these very experiences contain the raw material for our growth and transformation. The dung beetle teaches us that by reframing our challenges, rolling them into opportunities for learning, carving out new pathways, and nurturing our future selves, we become architects of renewal rather than prisoners of the past. Consider a moment when life left you feeling sullied by failure or disappointment. What would it look like to gather that waste, to roll it thoughtfully toward a new vision, and to bury it in fertile soil so that new strengths, insights, and possibilities might take root? In that act of transformation, you reclaim power and open the door to true regeneration. Bats, navigating by inner light. As twilight deepens into night, look to the sky and you may glimpse a solitary bat, its wings sculpting silent arcs as it hunts moths by echolocation, emitting high-pitched clicks and listening to the delicate echo that returns. In the darkness, this small mammal finds its way with uncanny precision, trusting in its own inner sonar rather than sight. Bats practice inner guidance. They accept the absence of external light and draw upon their built-in navigation system, allowing them to traverse pitch-black caverns, avoid obstacles, and locate sustenance with remarkable accuracy. They do not fear the dark, they harness it, using their unique senses to transform uncertainty into clarity. In our own lives, we often search for external signals, approval, validation, unambiguous directions before we dare to make decisions. We stumble in the dark, waiting for a spotlight to guide us. The bat reminds us that our inner voice, our intuition, our values, our deepest knowing can serve as our compass when the world's lights go dim. By learning to trust the echoes of our own heart, we can navigate uncertainty with confidence, finding our way even when the path ahead is not visible. Think of a time when you felt lost, waiting for someone else to tell you which direction to take. What if, like the bat, you tuned into your own echo, listening closely for the clues that resonate with your true self, and let that inner guidance lead you forward through the darkness? In doing so, you discover that freedom lies not in the absence of uncertainty, but in the courage to trust your own inner light. Beneath the surface of our busy lives, the earthworm's patient cultivation, the dung beetle's transformative resourcefulness, and the bat's reliance on inner guidance converge into tapestries of wisdom. Patience and persistence lay the groundwork for lasting growth, even when we cannot see results. Transformation arises when we reclaim our waste as nourishment for new beginnings. Inner guidance shows us the way when the world's lights fade, inviting us to trust our deepest knowing. These lessons, carried in the quiet movements of unseen creatures, remind us that the most profound power often lies in what we cannot immediately see. Pause now and feel the steady rhythm of your breath, an unseen pulse that shapes every moment of your life. Recall a recent challenge, perhaps an ambition stalled, a relationship strained, or a dream delayed. Ask yourself, how might I embody the earthworm's patience, trusting that beneath the surface, my efforts are sowing seeds for tomorrow's harvest? In what ways can I follow the dung beetle's example, gathering the raw materials of my setbacks to create something richer and more sustaining? Where can I cultivate the bat's inner guidance, listening to the echoes of my own wisdom to navigate through the darkness of uncertainty? Let these questions settle in your heart, softening the weight of fear and opening a space for possibility. When life feels overwhelming, it's natural to look for loud solutions, shouts of advice, bold declarations of certainty, grand fixes that promise immediate relief. Yet the most enduring transformations often come from the quiet, unseen work of creatures who teach us to grow patiently, transform boldly, and navigate fearlessly from within. So the next time you feel the ground tremor beneath your expectations, remember to bury your patience like the earthworm, knowing that foundation builds slowly but surely. Roll your setbacks into nourishment like the dung beetle, trusting in your power to renew. Tune into your inner sonar like the bat, finding your way even when the path is dark. In these acts of invisible wisdom, you will discover that life's most profound lessons often come from the smallest, most overlooked teachers, guiding us toward resilience, creativity, and true freedom, if only we pause long enough to listen. And these teachers remain all around us, living reminders that sometimes the greatest strength is invisible, yet it shapes our world in ways we can scarcely imagine.